Untitled-2 cast. Wait, well, that's not what it's called. Untitled-2 podcast.
That is what it's called, yes. You would have
My
thought
name is
after
Connor.
many episodes you would have figured that out. My name is Ash.
Yeah, boy. So, there's a few things that I want to talk about this time.
I don't feel like there was enough fanfare after you said your name, so you should say your name again.
My name's Connor.
Yeah, boy!
Thank you.
Well, I got a yeah boy when I said my name. You probably just love me more than I love you.
So, we recently watched a pretty good film.
Did we?
Yeah. Last time you were here.
Did we?
Yeah, we watched Baby Driver.
We did.
What did you think?
Yeah. It was real. I really liked it. It was fucking...
I thought you were just big. Yeah, cool. Next.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting when I went into it.
No, I didn't know anything about it either.
But that opening scene where like is just him driving away from like a scene with some dudes in his car, then they're driving to a parking lot, as the Americans would say, and then they all just switched cars and then drove off, and then it was like the next scene after that was him dancing through the street.
Yeah.
That would just, I think it set the whole tone of the movie, and it was perfect how they did it.
Oh, it was so cool. I like how the focus was on him as a getaway driver, and so all these crimes were going on, but you never see him. You just see what he can see, basically, of the crime, which is cool.
It is really cool. I really like. I don't want to give it too many spoilers on that, but it's a very soundtrack heavy movie.
Yeah.
And I like how
that's the whole thing, isn't it? He listens to his iPod no matter what he's doing.
Yeah.
Makes him drive better, makes him concentrate. He's got tinnitus on it.
Yeah, he's got tinnitus. Yeah. I don't know if that was a spoiler or not. But that's how they explain why there's so much music in it.
Yeah.
But it's really good because like it's not just they've overlaid a few decent songs into the movie. They've like timed up scenes.
Yeah, all the choreography and editing is timed
like when they have
with the music.
A gunfight. The gunshots are in time with the music. Like it plays on the beats and the melodies and stuff. Cool.
You can find any of those clips on YouTube. Just search Baby Driver gunfight. Just be aware that there may be spoilers if you're intending to watch the full film.
I was really surprised by the guy who played Baby as well. I don't know his name.
No.
But I've only ever seen him in Divergent.
Oh, right.
Which I think it is him in Divergent, I'm pretty sure of it, which is a fucking abysmal movie.
Yeah.
Abysmal movies. I watched 2 of those bastards.
I watched 2 of them as well, and the whole time I was just complaining about the insane number of plot holes.
You watched 2 of them because I forced you to watch them.
Yeah, because you wanted to complain about
my logic was I sat through them and suffered, so therefore you must sit through them and suffer, so I forced you to watch them.
Then you sat through them and suffered twice.
It's much better second time around because I was just waiting for you, like just looking at your face the whole time for your reactions. So yeah, I saw him in Divergent, and he's also in A Fault in Our Stars.
I ain't seen that either.
I really, but my niece raves about it.
Is that about music as well?
About 2 kids with cancer or something. They're in love.
Okay.
It's written by
some guy.
No, do you know the like the first ever fucking vloggers on YouTube? Was it Hank Green and his brother?
I don't know.
You know, I think it's Hank Green. I think Hank Green wrote it.
Okay.
I don't know if he still does host Mental Floss, but him and his brother are both like kind of geniuses, scientist guys.
Okay.
They hosted an episode of Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think he actually talked about it as well in there.
Okay.
But yeah, so like, the less dorky looking brother, less alien looking one wrote it.
Right. Okay.
And it was a like instant like bestseller. And
yeah, I remember the hype.
Stuff like that. And they made a movie about it, and he was the male lead in it. And that's the only 2 places I've seen him. So when I first saw him, I was like, oh, not this fucking cunt. It's going to be a shit rom-com type piece of shit movie. And it was fantastic.
Sick. I haven't seen it, and probably won't.
Baby Driver.
Oh, I thought...
No, yeah.
Wait, what?
He was in A Fault in Our Stars. Right. So when I saw him in Baby Driver, I thought it was going to be a shit movie because he was in it. It must have been like some sort of rom-com or something, where it turned out to be the complete opposite. It There was no point in Baby Driver where I felt bored at all. There was no point like that. It was all thrilling from start to end.
It was kind of the same feeling that I get from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just a good time.
Yeah.
Just really enjoy it. Just the grins on our faces when we realised that the gunfights were timed.
We noticed at the exact same
synced up
second, like, because we both turned to look at each other, and our eyes locked, like, at the exact same second. It was, like, amazing.
Yeah, we both had the words,
jaws, our jaws, like, just dropped. It was like, is that?
Yeah.
Did they? It was very good.
It was an awesome moment.
I recommend it. It's got my boy Kevin Spacey in it.
Yep, you've got a right boner for him.
It's a newly realised boner. I didn't realise how much I liked him.
Yeah, I didn't realise how much stuff he was in until we did the movie podcast.
It's very much a sleeper hit for me, but he's been in a lot of movies I enjoy, so I'm just going to chalk it down to his acting.
Yeah. So, lately, well, you came into my work one day.
Yes.
Well, you work there as well, but you work from home.
I came into your workplace.
And I wasn't expecting it. And I looked at the stairs, and there was just you. And I was like, what?
I know, you had a very confused look on your face.
Yeah, you kept saying, I wasn't confused. I was just, like, processing in my mind, oh, yeah, shit, he was supposed to come in today.
It was very, like... like, I know people can't see this, but...
Yeah, okay.
Your eyes went really small, like, proper, like, fucking, you pushed them into your skull practically. And it was the most I could see on your face were your eyebrows. That's how small you made your eyes. You looked just the most confused I've ever seen anyone.
Yeah. So you came and you had to do some admin shit in the office, and then you had a couple of hours to kill. So you came and sat with me
like an hour and a half
in the marketing section.
Yeah.
And I wasn't working. I was slacking off, making it look like I was working.
Best hope senior management don't ever listen to this.
I was drawing... I've been doing this new art style lately. I'll talk about it a bit later. I've been posting the stuff on our Twitter. Our Twitter's kind of been more about my art than our podcast lately, but I'm kind of getting bored of the style now, so I don't know if I'll do as much now. But yeah, I was drawing Luigi in that style, just trying to exaggerate his expression, and then you turned up, and you're like, "What are you working on?" And I'm like, "Oh, just stuff, waiting for people to look away." And then I was like, "Working on this."
I was hoping that question put you on the spot a little bit.
But yeah, you showed me this mobile game, which I think is pretty sick. I've been playing it every day, just every spare moment. It's really been helping with procrastinating at work.
Yeah.
Flippy Knife.
Flippy Knife.
It's pretty cool. I've said this a million times before, but if you want me to enjoy a game, just put a shit ton of stuff to collect in it. And there's lots of stuff to collect. So basically, it's a knife physics simulator.
Yeah. Like, the only goal really is there's like 4 different modes. There's like combo mode where you just got to flip it up in the air as many times as you can, have it land
on the blade, on the sharp part.
On the sharp part.
Goes
so
into the wood.
Sticks into the wood stump. And there's that like arcade mode where you've got to flip it from one wooden shelf to another shelf.
Yeah, it's like a platformer.
Oh, yeah, platformer type game.
But the gimmick is that it has to land on the bladed edge to stick.
Yeah, for it to
progress.
And interestingly, each knife reacts differently with the physics.
Yeah.
You might get a knife that's got like a super heavy handle, so it flips really awkwardly.
I've got one that's got like knuckle dusters on the handle, and that one's really heavy for the handle, so it's hard to get it to land on the head.
There's a butterfly knife one.
Yeah, that one's really annoying.
And then you flip it up in the air, it closes and then opens up again.
Yeah.
It makes a really like weird, like, I don't know, like a flower pattern or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, then there's target mode where there's just the target on a pole, and you've got to flick the knife from one side of the screen and have it land in the target.
Yeah, which is easy at first, but then it starts moving.
But it starts moving up and down, then it moves up and down faster, and it moves up and down in a shorter distance and stuff like that. And then there's climb mode, which I haven't spent a lot of time with.
Yeah, I mean, either I can't get a blade that's as good as the first one, and even with the first one, I can only get like a combo of 10.
Yeah, same.
But
there's so many knives on there.
Yeah. Well, there's not really much to do in the game, but just wanting to get the next knife and play around with the physics of that knife is enough to make you keep playing the.
Have you got that
mini games?
That ninja, like, it's like a little tiny ninja blade with a ring on it.
And it's got a ribbon.
It's got a ribbon coming off it, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Yeah, me too.
I've got all the ones on the first page now.
There's like 2 on the first page that I don't have, just because I didn't like the look of them. They were just like flick out blades or something.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever.
The only thing I have a huge problem with the game is there's a lot of ads.
Yeah.
The ads are placed very cleverly. Like, you can watch a few ads to unlock a knife, or when you play in arcade mode, you can land on a platform which will make you watch an ad, but you'll get paid 30 gold coins, or you can skip over it. The only thing is, every ad is 30 seconds long, and some of the blades want you to watch an ad 49 times, which 49 times 30 seconds is a lot of time. It's like 20.
It's at least between
minutes.
30 seconds and 100 million hours. Somewhere in there.
Lately the app's been glitching out, so it doesn't actually show me an ad, it just shows me a black screen with a blue loading bar.
Yeah, it does that to me as well, and then sometimes it'll just be a black screen and a blue loading bar.
Yeah, that happened to me at the bus stop today.
It does my head in, like, I'll be playing arcade mode, I'll make it through like 20 shelves, and I'll accidentally land on a TV, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, and then I just turn the game off then, and I play Prime Peaks instead. Yeah. Which also has very interesting ads. The ads don't show mid-game just randomly. If you get really far in a level, and say you've collected 50,000 coins, then what you can do is you watch an advert, and it'll double the coins, so you end up getting 100,000 instead. And if you've run out of fuel halfway through a level, you can either use your gems to purchase a full tank of fuel, or you can watch a 30-second ad and get your fuel back. But you can only do it once per level, per run.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a really good game. I've wasted more time in Prime Peaks than Flippy Knife.
I've spent a lot of time in Flippy Knife. Just because I like collecting shit, basically. Speaking of collecting shit, you said the other day, the Overwatch Christmas thing's starting soon.
Well, yeah, before that we've got the Halloween.
There's the Halloween one, I was thinking that.
But
I hadn't been on it since before Doomfist came out. I hadn't played as Doomfist yet.
Never have I.
Just lost my love for it, I guess.
I went on for the Lucio Ball Summer Games event.
Oh, I didn't get on for that.
And it was just pure cancer, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was just... I don't know, like, I didn't have a good match. It was... Pretty much every match was you'd spawn in, and you'd want to play it properly. But like a member on your team will just start doing circles. He'll just hold the joystick, the right stick, left or right, and he'll just do circles on the spot to stop him from getting kicked. He's active,
right?
And he'll just do that for the whole match. I assume because you can string them on. I assume you get a shit ton of XP for like doing loads of matches at once, whether you win or lose. Or the other guy, so one guy like be doing circles and not playing the game, and the other guy had to go to the enemy's team, and he'd stop you from trying to score a goal.
Why?
Just because he's, I don't know, they think they're funny.
Probably to make the match last longer so they get more XP.
I don't know. And it was just pretty much that. But it always seemed like it was my team that were doing it. The other team were all on point and all wanting to play properly. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I played like 8 matches and was like, nah, fuck this. And I haven't gone on since then.
The thing that bothers me about Overwatch, and probably the reason why I stopped playing, is my obsession with collecting everything. But they make everything timed exclusive outfits and stuff, like for every event, and they never bring it out as permanent outfits that you can unlock. So I end up spending money on the fucking crates to try and get them all, otherwise I have to wait another year to get the rest of them. And it's weird, it's because with a game like that there is no end game, so you have to make your own personal end game, and when your personal end game is collecting everything, it's impossible.
They do the time thing to make it feel like you've got something unique and you're special.
Well, to get people back every special event and earn a shit ton more money.
Not taking into account the people that leave, but like the people that stay, it's designed that way so that when you do get a rare skin, and you're like one of the only people that have got it around for like a week or two, you feel awesome because you've got like this thing that no one else has. But they don't really work because the selection is so small. Yeah. If they brought out like 100 skins per event, right? And like you only got like say 3 of them. It feels so much more special.
Yeah.
And like it don't feel like it's unique enough. So I don't know why they do it. You should just have it where it's a timed exclusive for like a month or 2 after the event, and then it'll get reintroduced or something.
Yeah, I think the reason well, other than the fact that it takes a while to make a new outfit, the reason they probably keep it a small list is so that you can realistically collect them all, because they want people to get in the mindset of collecting them all, because that makes them a lot of money. So
didn't we do the maths at one point about what level you have to be to have everything?
Yeah, and it was something insane.
And we like accounted for all the duplicates and stuff like that you can get.
Yeah.
And it was like level 730 something before you had all of them.
Yeah, and that was just the base game stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just the outfits,
That's
but
bullshit.
like everything.
I want to see if there's a Chinese post somewhere, because like China, I think it was China.
One in Korea.
I don't know, but they introduced a law where anything from a game that you have to pay physical money for randomly rolled items, they have to post the chances of receiving a certain type of item.
Yeah.
And I want to see what they are. I'm sure someone's found it. I'm sure it's somewhere.
Yeah, it must be by now. Because that was a while ago they released they were doing that.
I've seen a lot of people say it's like 1 in 10 loot boxes will have a legendary in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how true that is. It certainly feels like it sometimes. It feels worse sometimes.
Yeah. The last times that we were playing it, it was just impossible to get anything new. I think there are still some base game outfits I haven't managed to get in. Like, we must have been playing it 6 months non-stop as well, so I don't have the time for that anymore anyway.
Yeah.
I might sell my copy because it's still good value, because it's still relevant, people still play it. So.
I think people are getting the Game of the Year edition now, something like that.
Alright.
I don't know what's different in it.
You probably get an exclusive skin that you can't get anywhere else, and if you want it, then you have to buy that new version of the game.
I think you get like 50 loot boxes with it or something like that.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I think that's it. I don't know. But
some unfair shit, mate.
I really enjoyed playing that, and I'm kind of upset that we don't play it anymore, because my Krieg game was like super on point.
Well, yeah, the thing was that you were really good at it and I wasn't.
We had this app, didn't we, where it tracked our progress and ranked it and stuff, and I think...
Yeah, I've still got it for some reason.
Like 9 out of 10 of my matches, my McCree performance was like in the master category.
Yeah.
Close to like grandmaster or something.
Yeah.
I was so sick with it. I loved it.
I think one of the things that started to kill it for me as well is that I used to main Diva and then the nerfed it.
Yeah, they nerfed the shit out of it, didn't they?
And I couldn't get...
I think they've
I couldn't
recently
get
buffed
into
her
any
again.
other character.
They've
Yeah, I
given
heard
her,
that. She's got a new ability or something.
Yeah, she's got like a silo of missiles.
Apparently, that Mercy buff that we were waiting for so long that was going to make Mercy a badass, they're rolling it back in the PTR. They're taking it back out.
Are they?
Or at least, like...
Tweaking it more.
Yeah. Nerfing her a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of went back on what they were going for. Like, months ago, they made her briefly invincible when she did a res. So that she didn't die so fast. She still died. Like, it was... The invincibility didn't last long. It was like 0.5 seconds.
Right.
And that's not long enough at all to get out of dodge. So you instantly died anyway. So the whole idea was that they wanted to make him more... like survive longer, because she dies so fast, and no one protects Mercy.
Yeah, if you're not with your team, then you just can't play.
That's why the fucking depressed Mercy meme thing is so fucking prevalent, because it literally is depressing being a Mercy main.
Yeah.
And then they went completely back on what they wanted to do and took away her res altogether, like as an ult, and gave it as a little shitty ability that has like an 80-second cooldown or something stupid.
Yeah.
And her ult instead was that she could float around and fire a gun a little bit faster. I think maybe it did a bit more damage.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I know. And so they're like rolling that back or something, like tweaking it further.
I see.
I think one of the cool things that they did with that buff, if you can call it that, is I think they made her healing stream chain to other people that were around the person
that would be
healing.
cool.
It would be. It would be cool if they don't take that away.
Yeah. Well,
because I tried.
The thing that I saw online was that her ult had been buffed, but they're taking it back out or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anyway.
It's a shame because like
I'm not getting back into it.
One of the trophies that I was always trying to go for it whenever I just playing quick play and I couldn't be asked owning was her res trophy for resurrecting a whole team of 5 or 5 enemy heroes at one point. But obviously if they're taking that res ult out, then you can't do that anymore.
Can they change the trophy though? I feel like Overwatch has more leeway with trophy adjustments than any other developer. Well, game. Blizzard.
Yeah, I tried to main Mercy at one point, but it was just so depressing, mate. No one looked after you. Everyone expected you to heal them all the time, and when you were dead and you couldn't heal someone, they just shout insults at you, and it's like, well, you could have protected me, mate.
Yeah, and the spam. I need healing.
I need healing.
I need healing. I fucking hated Genji. That was one of the reasons.
I got semi-good with him, but I just felt like a dirty bastard using him.
Sorry, I was taking a drink. I remember that because we had this whole, pro Genji little meme between us.
Yeah. Because everyone who plays Genji think they're the best Genji in the world, and it's like... just get fucked.
It's not hard to be the best Genji.
I remember every time we saw a Genji like on the payload, we'd just fucking have an heart attack. Like, oh my god, there's a Genji pushing the payload.
Yeah, exactly. They're always just off trying to flank people, and it don't work out ever.
I saw so many of them though. Like they'd successfully flank someone, but then they'd run in a straight line towards the person they were flanking after when they spotted them.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck do you expect? And they just spam the fucking deflect button.
Yep.
I didn't like Genji players.
No.
I didn't like Tracer mains either. The fucking just zipping around.
The frustrating thing about that was like, not everybody could be a Tracer main. Not everybody could just pick up Tracer and play it. Like,
I don't know. I feel like I was alright.
You have to have some insane reflexes to play as Tracer.
Yeah.
And I don't.
We were playing 3v3, was it? Eliminations. And I was really good as Tracer in that mode.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty cool.
And I didn't have any experience before. I just picked her up and I was instantly good at her.
Yeah, I was determined on being a good Ana, because it seemed like all the teams that were kicking our asses were using Ana, and I got alright with her. Yeah. I was keeping us alive.
I got really good at Hanzo on 3v3.
You got insanely good at Widow. Every time there was a Widow on the other team,
I'd switch up.
You'd switch to Widow, immediately jump on that little roof and snipe the other one. Yeah. Just like, ha, got him.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I just felt like if the other person had a Widow, I had to prove to them that I was a better sniper. Yeah. So I switched.
No, yeah, you were really good Hanzo as well. That scatter shot was
fucking devastating.
Your scatter shot game was unreal.
Yeah, we had a pretty good strat. Obviously, it was like, first thing I'd do is I'd be first out of the door. I'd jump straight onto that little room on that roof, and then I'd fire one of my see through the wolf's eyes arrows. And if we didn't see them, we know they're going right. Or if I fired it right, we didn't see them, they'd be going left.
Yeah.
And then I'd just scatter shot a fucking corridor, mate, and like kill one of them.
Yeah, like 99% of the time, you'd get one of them.
The only problem with Hanzo is if they get up close to you, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Not much you can really do.
I tried Hanzo for a while. You were just mocking me. You're like, oh, here he comes.
I mocked you when you
Hanzo.
Anna as well.
Yeah, but it was different because I was actually being useful as Anna, but as Hanzo I wasn't.
Yeah, we played as Arissa, didn't we? Yeah, because we played the anniversary event.
Yeah.
With the robots and all that.
Yeah, I was trying to make Arissa my new main so that I could start playing it again, but it didn't work out. I thought Doomfist would be this sick, like, close range melee character, but it looks like he's just got a shotgun on his wrist or some shit.
Yeah. His ult, he flies up into the sky and slams down.
Slam it.
I haven't played as him, to be honest. I think he was out when I played the Summer Games one, but I just didn't play as him because obviously I only played as Lucio because that's the game mode I played.
Yeah.
I had no interest in playing him actually. As soon as I found out that Terry Crews wasn't voicing him, I was like, well, fuck that character.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know who the next one is.
Next character?
Yeah.
I've been hearing rumours for a long time about one character that it might be... Is this like Japanese guy that was in some old artwork, but...
Right.
That rumour circulates every time a new character comes out, so...
I saw something about an Omnic, like Zenyatta, and the whole headline was like, oh, this character is Overwatch's first non-binary character, and I was like, fuck off.
Oh my god.
Like, non-binary gender shit. I was like, what is it? At first I thought it was a pun, but...
But if he's an Omnic, he is binary.
Yeah,
nothing but binary.
I thought it was a pun, but the more I looked at it, like, it seemed like it was a real thing, and I was just like, fuck off, mate, I don't give a shit.
So he's agender, basically.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't have a gender.
Oof, they must like Pokemon. All the super rare Pokemon are agender. Speaking of Pokemon...
Oh my god.
That was a brilliant accidental segue, and you're going to steal it from me.
I'm not going to steal it from you.
Okay, go on.
I'm about to accuse Pokemon, right, of something. The reason why so many people these days are into Futanari and Shemales and stuff is probably because in Pokemon, all the like highly coveted fucking Pokemon had both genders that were agendered.
I don't
it's
think
totally
so.
The same thing.
I think you're right that a lot of the Pokemon aided towards what is it? Oh wait, I thought you were talking about. I don't know why I thought you were talking about furry.
No, Futanari.
Futanari, yeah. Well, I don't know about that either. I don't think that's true.
I think there's a correlation.
Okay. Why did I think you were talking about fur?
They probably fucking started that as well.
No, I think they did. I remember on Newgrounds there used to be some right nasty Pokemon shit.
I remember just browsing the internet, and every time I came across a Rule 34 image of a Pokemon, I'd be like sending it to you and being all like, how's your childhood now, bitch?
And I'd be like, better.
Anyway, you were saying about Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon Tournament. Been playing that a lot lately on the bus. On the bus. I posted one picture from it on Twitter and nothing else. Like, I haven't found anything that's screenshot worthy because it's all like super fast paced and there's nothing to screenshot, and then there's no like cool cutscenes or anything because all the conversations are just a little anime illustration of an ugly character with awful voice acting talking to another.
Can you switch it to Japanese?
That's a good idea. Well, the actual title card on the system menu is Japanese. They haven't bothered with a Western version.
I want to play Breath of the Wild in Japanese.
I've done that. It's slightly less cringe, but like some of the characters is still like cringy. Yeah,
but it's like that anime cringe that you don't mind.
No, there is that. Every character is that anime cringe that you don't mind, but I don't know. It's infinitely better than fucking the English ones. Like what's his name? Rivali. Fucking sounds like a Sonic character.
Yeah. It could be worse. It could sound like Ashamiya from Destiny. Meddling Guardians.
Meddling Guardians. So yeah, Pokemon Tournament's been really cool. I've finished whatever league.
You had credits rolling at the end, so
yeah,
you finished something.
I finished the story, I guess, and now there's an Iron League that I've got to do. I've been doing it all with Suicune, so I haven't actually leveled up any of the other Pokemon because I've just done the whole story with Suicune. And I was hoping it'd like register the fact that I've finished the game with Suicune, and then I could play story again with a different character and then a different character and have that sort of progression. Because like with Mario Kart, they took out the progression of unlocking characters, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Because I like that progression. But then there's also so much shit to unlock in that game, it's unreal. And the daily challenges keep you coming back anyways.
Didn't you have to, in PlayStation All-Stars, didn't you have to complete the story with every character?
Yeah, I think so. And there was some sort of progression for that, which I liked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got their own ending.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
They all got their own ending.
So I was hoping there'd be something like that in Pokken, but it looks like you get a little medal over the character selection, depending what level they are. So like Master Suicune is like 80 something, 83 or something. So it's got a gold medal because it's over level 75. And I'm thinking if I get it to 100, there'll be a platinum medal and it'll stop progressing then. And then I'll just try and get them all to platinum, and that'll be my personal end game. It might sound like that's a lot of effort for nothing, but I have a very long bus ride and that keeps me occupied. I probably won't do it with all of them, but...
How long is your bus ride?
Hour and 20 minutes. I feel like I say this every episode, which is why I didn't say it again this time.
I'm just trying to think, like, how long. Do you charge your fucking Switch while you're at work then?
No.
No? It just lasts?
Yeah, I can play it without charging it 2 days in a row, but it's usually pretty hairy on the way home the second day.
Right.
So that's like 1 hour, 2 hours, 40 minutes a day.
You tried it with Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Whenever I played Breath of the Wilds in handheld mode, it'd be dead in like an hour.
That's crazy. There must be something wrong with your battery. I can play Breath of the Wild every bus ride for 2 days in a row, but I'll have to charge it when I get home. Same for Pokken Tournament. Mario Kart, I can actually play 3 days in a row without charging it.
Weird. I mean, I say like an hour. I wasn't actually keeping time. It just felt like an hour.
Well, time flies when you're
it might have been
playing
like
Breath of the Wild.
Maybe 2 hours or something like that. But it wasn't fully dead. It like I noticed that when it was like 25%, it took like maybe 2 hours to get down to 25, maybe less. Yeah. So it proper guzzles the battery. Does
yeah, Breath of the Wild does that.
I want to play that again. I still have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
I blame Splatoon. It took my focus away from Breath of the Wild.
Well, I was trying to... Well, we've already talked about this, but I was trying to 100% it in hard mode and decided to give up on that and just beat Ganon, but I haven't actually got around to beating Ganon yet. I'm in the third... Well, no, they're not in an order, but I'm in the last dungeon that I need to do, which is the Thunder thing, the camel one. And I just don't want to do the boss in hard mode. I don't like that boss at all.
Yeah.
And then I'll go fuck Ganon up.
I really liked that Ganon fight. It was pretty simple, but I don't know. It was
a lot of people thought it was anticlimactic, but also I don't give a shit because the rest of the game's fucking incredible anyway. So
yeah, it was just, I don't know, visually impressive.
Yeah,
and obviously I've never played a Zelda game like that, or any Zelda game to be honest.
Well,
and then it
seems super easy for me, but then I 100%ed everything. Well, I 100% leveled up all my armor. I didn't get all the Korok seeds or anything. So maybe it was just super easy because I did that. Like if I'd have gone in, just beat the boss, beat the Guardians or whatever, and then
Meddling Guardians.
Yeah, and then beat Ganon, it probably would have been more of a struggle. I think he lost like half his health straight away, and then I was already super overpowered because I had all these cool weapons that I gathered and stuff. Yeah. So.
When I fought him, because I did the Master Sword trials, so my Master Sword was at 60. Yeah. It was pretty easy.
I haven't done those yet because I was trying to do them on hard mode, and fuck that. Just the fact that they recover health just makes it impossible.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It was Master Sword trials where I realised how powerful like Guardian arrows are.
Yeah. No, I didn't know either.
Because I fired one at a Lionel because it was like all I had left.
Yeah.
And it just disappeared. Didn't drop no loot. But,
yeah, that's the downside to it. It doesn't drop anything.
I was well shocked. I thought I'd broke the game. I was like, what the fuck? He just like vanished in a puff of smoke. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like you actually killed it. It's just gone. It probably teleports it to another realm or something.
It was just... I had no idea that was going to happen. I was so desperate. I was like, fuck it. I'm like 2 floors away from finishing this. And it was just a Lionel. And they're fucking they're awful to fight.
Yeah. When
you're not in that sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I had left, I had weapons, but I was like, I'm not getting close to this bastard. I was going to fire this Guardian arrow at it and hope for the best. Because it does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
To the Guardian. So I was hoping it'd do the same to the Lionel. And he just... gone. with a little tiny fart. Just...
Crazy.
I don't want to. I haven't got many guiding arrows on my actual story game to save because like I don't want to give up parts for that guy to make them.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to find them, but they're very
yeah,
rare.
they don't turn up very often. Yeah, that DLC will come out in like December, I think.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. I don't know if I'll go straight into the DLC on my hard mode save though. I'll probably just do it on the note because then I can do the master trials and actually use the sword for something if it is a continuation. But I feel like it'll probably be that there'll be some like portal or you go somewhere where you can reflect on your past and then regain your memories and then you'll just live out those memories of traveling with Zelda or something.
It's supposed to focus on the Guardians. Obviously they're dead.
Yeah, so you probably lose all your gear and stuff. But maybe there'll be like less armor sets, but there'll be a few that are exclusive to that like time zone 100 years ago sort of thing.
It might give you hints, in the prequel, like the past, where that armor is now, so you can go find it.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be amazing. That's what I'd do anyway if I was a developer who developed the game.
Oh, I bet there'll be like a chest where you can save your loot up from the past and pass it over to the future.
I hope so.
Like
That'd
it's
be cool.
this brand shiny chest, and then you just go into the future and there's this rusty old chest that's got all the stuff that you stored in there.
Yeah.
That would be super cool.
Yeah, no, I've got the fucking the DLC pack. I was just trying to think then, like, if I bought it or not, because I was going to say I bet buy it, but I remember getting those.
You just get it for free if you buy the first one, don't you?
Yeah, it was a season pass, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got it as well. Sick.
So I remember opening those XP chest things, the expansion pass chests, which were very, I don't know, did feel worth it. All you got was like a Switch t-shirt. And...
I feel like if you got those at the start of the game, you'd be like, sick. But
yeah,
there's nothing exciting to like go back for. Like a few bomb arrows and shit.
Yeah. I remember...
Fucking hell. Someone upstairs having a right do at the floor.
Well, you say that now as if like they're an arsehole, but what if like they're straight up getting murdered? And you'll just find out tomorrow. I
don't know, she's always arguing with someone on the phone. She comes out into the stairwell to do it. Like, it's your house, you've got all the privacy, your flat, you've got all the privacy in the world to argue with someone on the phone. So why do you need to step out of your apartment into the stairwell where everybody else in the building can hear you and then argue with them?
A public area just to argue.
Yes. Don't know. Maybe they'll like having someone pay attention to their drama.
It's like the real world equivalent of like typing on Facebook, I'm so pissed.
Yeah.
And then someone's all like, oh, what's up, hon? Message me. Fuck off.
Yeah, innit? Like, why post it on there if you're not going to actually tell them what's wrong in public?
I had quite a lot of friends on Facebook that I just accepted the friend request because why not? Like when I first signed up to it and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then every time I saw one of them do that, like, oh, fucking shit day, or I can't believe you did that, and obviously fishing for people to, ask more about it and shit, I'd just unfriend them right there, like, fuck right off, man. Yeah. I don't need you in my life.
Yeah, I used to have, I don't know, probably 100, not a lot, of Facebook friends. And then I started purging them and I was like, fuck this. Just made a new account and added 12 people. I've probably got about 30 something on there now, but I just like to keep it small because if I'm not... I use Facebook to talk to people on Messenger anyway. I don't actually use it much for Facebook, so I'll just have people on there that I would actually talk to on Messenger.
Yeah.
And then just leave the rest.
There's this one guy on my Facebook who just posts, if there's a post about a woman and she's in a swimsuit, regardless of what the post is about, he'd just share it. I'm like, you fucking pervert, mate. It's not even it's a proper pathetic type of perversion. It's like, go on fucking Pornhub and fucking jack it to an actual video, mate. Why don't share that on Facebook? Like
the kind of guys that'll have a naked girl as the mobile wallpaper and they'll just be sat on the bus just staring at the wallpaper. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? There was there was a girl on the bus. Must have been like a year ago when I first started working at
I remember this.
where I work, and she just sat down in front of me, and she was just going through her camera roll. I think it's called on iPhone, and it was just all naked selfies, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that on the bus?
Remember back in the day, you could Bluetooth hack people and just take over the phone.
Oh yeah.
It'd be awesome if that was the whole thing and you just downloaded it all like that. Thanks.
That was such a weird thing that was just normal. That used to happen in school all the time.
Yeah, and I had the file that you had to send to people to do it.
All right, okay.
Hacked a lot. Like, it's not hacking, but I mean, like, I used the exploit on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Went through the shit.
Well, you just got to pair with them, haven't you? So if you like...
Yeah, well, you send them the file over Bluetooth, and it just says, like, so-and-so wants to send you this, and you obviously, like, oh, I'll accept that, because it was like, a cool thing back then.
Yeah, just to send shit over
Bluetooth. And so they'd accept it, and then I'd have full access to the phone, and I'd go through all this shit.
I feel like nobody has Bluetooth on their phones anymore, because it uses so much fucking battery.
Yeah. Do people still really use it for anything other than, like, connecting your device to, like to use it as a remote for the TV or something?
I'll use it to send data between phones with somebody who's old, like my dad or my girlfriend's mum. I'd be like, oh, I want them pictures, and like normally I'd just put shit on Dropbox or something easy, but no, I'll sit there for half an hour waiting for someone to send over fucking archaic Bluetooth technology.
It was so awkward. Your friend would be like, oh, I've got this, I'll send you over Bluetooth, and you just stood there like trying not to move away from each other, and then the fucking bell would ring for the end of break, and you're like, shit, I've got to go my lesson, and you just hold the other guy down like, no, stay until this is done.
Or you'll like walk to his lesson with him and like try and get the download to finish before they go in. Crazy times.
I just went, yo, give me your phone, I'll give you it after my lesson.
I probably would have done that.
Yeah.
I was a bit of an idiot.
Still are. You're a massive pushover.
Yeah, that's true. So, speaking of Facebook and shit, I just said that I don't usually post shit on Facebook, but I have been doing that lately.
You've been posting your artwork.
I have been posting my artwork. So here's what happened, right? I was sat at work, procrastinating, as usual. And I drew a square.
Okay.
Like a dodgy square. It wasn't square shaped. It I don't know how to describe it. It was like just a weird four-sided shape.
Okay.
And then, inspired by Rick and Morty, I decided to draw a Rick and Morty face on it. Uh-huh. So I gave it Rick and Morty eyes, and I was gonna try and make it look like, you know, Pickle Rick, but a square, whatever. I don't fucking know. And then I just put this big screaming face on it, and it just kept going from there. I'd like exaggerate the expression more and more in biro, so it was all sketchy, and I was drawing over details over and over until it had just this really nice biro look to it. Just kept exaggerating it, and then added more features, added hair and stuff, and it was just this really twisted woman's head that was just screaming. And then I started to draw the neck, like a really long, thin, gross, like gooseneck thing. And then I just, instead of giving her shoulders, just put roots on the end. So in my notebook at work, there's just this twisted, distorted, gross fucking woman. And then like the next day, came into work super tired, and I just couldn't motivate myself to start working. I usually get in a bit early anyway, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just draw for a bit until I wake up some more. So I just drew myself, like super tired, with like my lower eyelids sagging super low because they felt really heavy, and just exaggerating that expression of just being grumpy and tired. And then drew my neck, and then instead of drawing shoulders, I just did a massive pool of blood. And they both looked really cool, like side by side with the whole biro look and everything. So I took a picture, sent it to my girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh wow, I've never seen this side of your art, artwork. This is really cool. You should do more stuff like that." And I was like, all right. So, I looking at it, I was like, okay, so clearly the main feature of this style is exaggerated facial expressions. And I think I posted something on Twitter about being excited for Super Mario Odyssey. So I was like, what if I drew Mario super excited about his game coming out? So I did that.
It looks like super drugged to me. Like
yeah,
he's on
he doesn't.
LSD
He
and
doesn't look super excited. He looks like he's gonna rape your children.
yeah, it looks like he's super excited that his game's coming out, so he can fucking mind rape everyone.
Yeah.
Like gives him some sort of sick power over everyone.
So I drew that in Photoshop with my drawing tablet, but I'm used to drawing on the iPad now, and on Procreate there's this brush you can use that'll smooth your strokes out for you. So my lines were really shaky, which wouldn't have bothered me like 2 years ago. But I really like the super clean strokes. So that bothered me a little bit, so I decided to put it through Illustrator's image trace and vectorize it. And it just came out looking like a t-shirt design.
Yeah.
So I sent it to my girlfriend again, and she was like, oh, that'll look great on the t-shirt. I sent it to you, and I was like, I'd fucking buy this on a t-shirt, and you're like, me too. So I bought it on a t-shirt, posted a picture of that on Twitter, and so yeah, I posted my art on Facebook because I was like, is this any good? Should I keep doing it? Because I'm even now I'm like, I enjoy making them, but I still feel like they're not that good.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. Everybody who's looked at them has been like, wow, I can't believe you've done this, and that's really cool. You're really talented and everything, but I'm like, I don't know. Do I trust your judgment?
It's always like that. Like when you ask someone from outside the art world, like whether something's good, they're always going to say like, oh yeah, it's really good, well done, you're so talented. And then if you ask someone inside the art world, like it's 50-50, they might be like, oh yeah, that's good, and not say anything more, or they'll be all like, don't really like it, mate, like, oh, that's wrong, this is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, those are the most pretentious dickheads that do that. So I don't know, I like it. I don't know. It's you can't like just make a new style up, like, or enter a new style and expect to be really good at it. It's got to go through a refinement process, and I just think you need to refine it a bit more. And
well, that's what's happening at the moment. I'm like, because the Mario one is the best looking one so far, and I'm just trying to make sure that they all have whatever it is that makes the Mario one look good, and so far none of them have.
Yeah.
I did one which I'm really proud of, which I'm starting to like more than the Mario one, which is the Samus one, which I'm actually wearing right now on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the colours or just the amount of detail in the helmet.
Maybe you should like isolate aspects of the style. Like, is it the exaggerated features that give it its appeal, and then like draw like someone like a character or just someone who has exaggerated features only, and not all of the like wrinkly and all the bit of detail and shit, stuff like that. And then like maybe draw the same person with regular features, with like really wrinkly skin and exaggerated detail, and see like which one appeals most. If one of them looks good regardless of the normal aspect of
then
it,
that should be the next evolution of the style. The wrinkly skin is kind of just a mistake that I keep making, because the Mario one does have like a lot of wrinkles, but they're all part of the expression. But then everyone that I did from that, I just put a wrinkle everywhere there was free space. And I have to like look at the Mario one to remind myself that it still looks good if there is like a bit of empty space.
I think what you should do is add more grotesque type of detail instead of just wrinkles, like maybe some gross like boil or something like that, things like that.
Yeah, well, with the Mario one, and I went on to do it with the Luigi one as well, he's got like loads of open pores in his nose and just single hairs coming out of his chin and stuff.
Yeah.
And with the Link one, which I think is good, but I don't like how asymmetric it is. But actually, it's good that it is asymmetric. It just bothers me a little.
Yeah.
With that one, like, the way his mouth is, like, if you picture that on a real person, you can sort of see how the chin would scrunch up, and you get these little like cellulite dimples. So I've put a shit ton of them in his chin, and that's created a really cool effect. Also, I put less wrinkles on Link to make him look younger, but also made his cheeks look really chubby just to add that bit of youth to it.
I really like the style. It reminds me of you know, in SpongeBob every now and then they'll have like a close up of a character.
I was thinking about that as well. Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of that. But I also really like art that takes something that's supposed to be beautiful and, you know,
yeah, that's what I'm
and
trying
then, like,
to do.
proper, you know, make it grotesque and disgusting.
Yeah, like I said, that's what I'm trying to do. But there's been a lot of people that have looked at it who just sort of don't have that kind of knowledge of the art world, who've gone, yeah, it's a good drawing, but it's a bit terrifying. Oh, it's like, oh, ugly Link, cool. And it's like, no, that's not the point. You're missing the point of it. And then I'm thinking, well, if normal people are missing the point of it, then maybe it's not the right direction to go.
Yeah. It's not like you can explain to them either. Like, once you've had to explain something like that, it loses its, like, mysticism. Exactly. It makes it appealing.
I've lost momentum with it a bit now, but I think that's a good thing because before I was trying to do one every day, but because of the limited amount of time that I have, I'll rush them. But also, something that I want from what I would call my personal style is something I can do quickly without too much, like, prep. I don't want to have to put like downloads of base sketch and stuff like that. Yeah. If it's my style, it should be something that I can just, you know, draw on a napkin and people will go, oh, Connor did that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Which that's true. Like in my notebook at work, I've just done loads of illustrations that fit the style, but it's then digitizing it because I do prefer it when it's digital and I can print it on a t-shirt and stuff like that. I think this Samus one is a really good example of where the direction should go. She shouldn't have so many wrinkles, but like all the distressing on the metal and stuff like that.
Yeah,
just that kind of dirty, grungy look. That's what I find cool about it. I think what I find endearing is that it's grungy without being messy.
Yeah,
it's kind of clean grunge.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. I really like your like the traditional ones that you've just done on the like with ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah, it's hard translating that mess into a clean vector. But it's evolving. I'm just trying to slow down a bit with it and understand where it's going wrong.
So add like veins and, you know, like varicose veins and stuff like that. Just think of like all the ugly skin shit people get.
Well, I did one recently of Donald Trump, of an expression that he makes a lot. Because I was thinking,
that's just his standard expression.
Yeah, I know.
He's like kind of smug, like.
Yeah, that smug
droopy face.
Yeah. Because I was thinking of maybe doing a series of 7 sins.
Yeah.
And I just wrote the 7 sins down on paper and said, okay, where do I go with this? First one was pride. And immediately I was like, Donald Trump. So I drew that. And that turned out really well. I'm happy with that one. Next one...
Donald Trump can go for all of them, though. He's got gluttony.
Yeah, I know.
He's got fucking wrath for the shit that he's doing.
I don't want to do a series of Donald Trump drawings, though. The next one on the list was wrath, so I just tried to just draw a super angry face, but it just completely fell out of the style, so I just scribbled that out, and I was like, don't want anyone to see that. Yeah.
For, if you did, like it was a series on Donald Trump, for lust, you could just have him grabbing a random one by the crotch.
Yeah.
He's got that proper, like, smug look on his face, that kind of, like, half-smile thing.
Well, that's the thing that I think will be interesting about doing that series is, like, for lust, trying to, like, make a really exaggerated illustration of a man's cum face or something. And, like, gluttony, just, like, a really fat-cheeked cellulose face with, like, bits of food in his mouth and shit.
Yeah. For the lust one, you could just do you know, like, whenever you see videos, there's a recent one where there's this, like, proper chubby Chinese woman, like, prostitute or something like that. She, like, leans on a car and then the car, like, reverses and she fucking falls over. Like, she's grotesque, mate, but she thinks she's sexy. It could be something like that.
Yeah.
Like some really disgusting, like, old fat hag in really slutty clothes,
just like licking her lips or something,
and she thinks she's really hot. Yeah, that could be a really good one for lust.
Yeah, I did an illustration for Bantam's Banter as well.
You did?
Their podcast. Dom from Bantam's Banter is pretty pleased with that. He's got it on a phone case. He showed me.
Really?
Today? Yeah, I didn't even realise. He's also trying to get jumpers printed with it on, and that's really cool.
That's sick.
Yeah. I was pretty excited because he's got a lot of followers on Twitter, and he was like, "Oh, I'll share your podcast, I'll share your Twitter and everything." And I'm like, "Oh, sick! We'll get loads of followers." I think we got 2.
Greatness from small beginnings, bro.
Yep, we'll get there.
We will.
Making progress. I got a completely unprovoked like today on Twitter.
Was it one of those like for like things?
No, it was a company that was just trying to get my attention.
Okay. What was that one guy who liked us? Was it on? I don't know where it was, but it was all like, "You like teach music" or something like that.
Oh, it was on YouTube. It was a comment on one of our YouTube videos. Yeah, that was funny. So yeah, my art style, like I said, got some roots from Rick and Morty. Like, it just started off with me drawing the Rick and Morty eyes, and that's the one bit from the Rick and Morty style that I've just sort of kept alive in the illustration, is that like homage to Rick and Morty with just the eyes.
Yeah.
And everything else is just my style built around that, which I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that's plagiarism in any sense. I think that's truly what an homage should be. Like, not tracing someone's work and saying, "Oh, it's an homage to the style," sort of thing.
Yeah, well, plagiarism in its basic form is you've taken their artwork and passed it off as your own.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't done that. You've recreated one tiny element and then put something different around it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything illegal in that, like, or plagiaristic.
So, we're obviously big fans of Rick and Morty.
Yep.
It's probably, well, I don't know, it's one of the best TV shows out there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, one of the best comedy TV shows.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. It plays exactly to our sense of humour.
Speaking of Rick and Morty, apparently the Adult Swim broke some sort of viewer record. Like, a lot of viewers tuned in for season 3.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Of Rick and Morty.
That's awesome. It's actually on Netflix in the UK now.
Yeah.
But we have to wait an extra week to get the episodes up.
Yeah.
I've finished season 3 now. Finished it the other day.
Same.
It was really good.
I enjoyed it.
I don't want to spoil anything. Like, people should just go and watch it. I've met a lot of people recently who've never even heard of it. Like, I've got a Rick and Morty t-shirt and they're like, "Oh, what's this?" And I'm like, "What?"
Well, literally, like, everyone knows at this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of like upsettingly popular. Like, you get so many basic motherfuckers that just quote it.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've seen just one guy in a completely unrelated video on YouTube, just in all caps, shout "Pickle Rick," and I'm like, "Fuck off, mate!"
Yeah. Oh, wubba-lubba-dub-dub.
Cringy asshole.
Yeah. It explores a lot of things that we're fans of. Obviously, like science.
Yeah, science fiction is pretty
Science
cool.
fiction. Nihilism.
Yeah.
And just the fact that we're small and insignificant in comparison to the universe.
Yeah.
That is a huge theme in Rick and Morty. Just the fact that if anything goes wrong, it doesn't matter. It can just go to another universe and take the place of.
Although he stresses that it's very complicated and an annoying process.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that as well. That Rick will just refuse to save the world because he's lazy, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of people like it's like become kind of a meme that it's like super intelligent and you have to be intelligent to appreciate it and stuff.
I mean, there's something there for everybody. You can be the dumbest fuck on the planet and still enjoy it, but you can be the smartest person on the planet and enjoy it for completely different reasons.
Yeah,
that's what's so genius.
Yeah,
about
it's
Rick
not.
and
I
Morty.
won't say it's you have to be intelligent to enjoy it. And I won't say it's particularly intelligent at all. It's just Justin Roiland's got a particular brand of humour and he knows what's funny and what isn't funny.
Yeah.
And some of the themes are more mature, so it requires a more mature mind to understand it, like the whole nihilism thing and stuff like that. And I won't say that makes it more intelligent.
No, I definitely think that everybody can enjoy Rick and Morty.
Exactly, yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are. I could show it to my mum, and my mum's the most basic bitch on the planet, and she'd love it.
These fucking edgelords who think they're special because they understand the jokes in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It's like watching Big Bang Theory and being like, oh, I get that joke, I know science, oh, I'm amazing, you gotta be smart to watch this.
The most basic science principles in the planet.
Yeah, like, do you remember in like the early... I've watched like maybe 4 seasons of it before I gave up on it.
Yeah, same. I think I watched them with you, so...
And in one of the early episodes, it's a Halloween episode or something like that, and they all go to a Halloween party, and Sheldon's got this jumper on that's got a white dot in the middle.
Oh, it goes as Doppler effect.
And there's lines going on around, away from it. And then I think Penny was all like, what are you? And I just shouted at the screen like, yo, it's Doppler effect, clearly. But like, it didn't make me feel like I was super smart for knowing it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was a smart, joke or anything.
That phenomenon around Big Bang Theory sort of, if not initiated, but fed the flame of people just going around going, oh, I'm cool because I'm a nerd, and
the whole
like that.
nerd culture thing that people hijacked. It's not cool being a nerd.
No, but if you're a nerd, you don't want it to be cool anyway. So.
Yeah, because like traditionally, like nerds have got all sorts of problems. They've got acne and all that shit. They're socially awkward. What people have done is like they've realized like comics aren't all that nerdy, and they've just adopted that and been all like, oh yeah, I like comics, I'm a nerd. And it's like, no mate, there was nothing nerdy about comics in the first place. Yeah. Just because nerds read them more than everyone else, it don't mean it was fucking nerdy. And like it seems like an American thing where every kid read comics. Does that mean every kid in America's a nerd? I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel sorry for the geeks and the nerds because like they've had their culture just ripped away from them one piece at a time. Yeah. And now all they've got is like fucking asthma and jam jar glasses, and acne. Yeah. And no one thinks either of those are cool. No, I agree. I blame the hipsters.
Yeah, that was a big part of it as well, I think.
The hipsters and the whole scene girl shit, the whole scene kid phase.
Yeah.
Fucking biggest embarrassment of my teenage years. The whole scene kid phase. Fucking
embarrassment of your teenage years, mate. What about me, who actually fucking did the shitty hair and stuff?
Oh, yeah, to clarify, I was never a scene kid.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was associated with them because of the people I hung around with. It was just embarrassing for everyone. Yeah, like
especially in retrospect.
They just did some stupid shit with their hair. Like the bigger they could get it, and the more vibrant. Yeah, it's just like, why don't you just grow up? Stop being a dickhead.
And then they did.
Yeah, to hipsters.
And
and now like, if it's mainstream, it's wrong. You seen? There's a picture of a guy going around who brought his typewriter to Starbucks to write probably a screenplay.
Right, obviously.
And it was like, most hipster thing we've ever seen. It was like, yep, kind of figured something like that would happen eventually.
Yep.
It's just so ironic that the whole ethos of being a hipster is to not follow the mainstream, to follow a fucking crowd and all that, and then they all follow each other and just rip off each other. Like every fucking hipster restaurant you go to has to have like open brick walls. Tables that were never
dissected food menus.
Yeah, like tables that were never ever meant to be tables. Yeah. They don't have plates. Everything is served on a fucking slate. Yeah. Shit like that, and everything is deconstructed. You ask for a coffee, and they give you the milk in one fucking jar, boiling hot water in the other jar, and then the beans in the other jar. And you got to like grind your own beans and shit. It's like, just fuck off.
Yeah. What's the point in paying? Exactly. You could just go home and make your own shit.
The same reason why I hate all you can eat buffets and stuff like that. And like you've been to IKEA, haven't you? Have you ever gone to the
I've never been to the restaurant.
The restaurant is infuriating as fuck, mate, right? It's like a old do you know in school when you had school lunches?
Cafeteria.
The cafeteria.
Yeah.
Like you get your fucking tray, you stand in a line, you keep walking down the line every time it fucking moves, you pick out something, put on your fucking tray, get all the way to the end, you pay them the fucking money. Then you go sit down. I'm like, why? This ain't a fucking restaurant. Like, what the fuck am I paying? Like, the price is ridiculous as well. Like, some of it's going towards, obviously, the service, air quotes. Yeah. And the fucking people have just been stood there waiting to accept your money. Why do I have to pay them a service? I did everything myself. The food's pre-packaged. So they didn't cook it.
Yeah.
They just stood there and waited to accept my fucking money. And it's the same for all you can eat buffets. I'm more than happy to pay the people that cook the food. But why the fuck should you have to pay for the service when you've had to get up every time, get your plate and take it to the fucking thing and get your own food and go sit back down?
Yeah.
I much prefer a restaurant where you sit down, some guy comes along or some girl comes along and asks you for your order, and then she fucks off, and then like 20 minutes, half an hour later, she brings you your food and he's like, thank you for your service, I appreciate what you've done.
Exactly.
Fucking all you can eat buffets, mate. That's a stupid idea.
Yeah, I think I'm going to one soon actually. Chinese one. For my girlfriend. There's one nearby that she really likes, so.
Yeah. There's only one that I've ever liked. It closed down long ago, and so did my love for all you can eat buffets. It was Beijing Diner. It was a Chinese one, and I liked it because the atmosphere was really nice, and you can tell when a Chinese restaurant is like a fake westernized one versus a real one. Because if you go in and there's like ice cold water with every meal and stuff like that, it's not a real Chinese establishment. And if there's no hot oil or spices on the tables, it's not a real Chinese fucking restaurant. Because the Chinese, they love the hot oil, which is hot,
Yeah.
really spicy, and they also don't believe in drinking cold liquids with the meals, because it like slows down digestion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they always have hot tea and stuff like that with their drinks. And Beijing Diner was the establishment where they didn't have ice cold water. Didn't like give you an option of tea and whatnot, and it was, and the women that worked there out front were always really super happy, and you know they were always really cheerful and stuff like that, and smiling. It was a really nice atmosphere. I liked it. And it closed down and just turned into a shitty takeaway.
Oh, that sucks.
It was really nice.
Going back to it, this is like you mentioned this ages ago, but it was just in the back of my head to mention it.
Fair enough.
But you're talking about that guy. Well, you mentioned Starbucks, and that's what reminded me of this thing.
Okay.
I was walking to the bus stop today, and you know, on Starbucks they like take your cup and they write your name on it.
Yeah.
There was it wasn't a Starbucks cup, but there was a cup at the side of the road. I don't know where it's from, but on the side, the barista or whatever had written "Sex God." Like, what's the story behind that? How did that happen? Did he like literally just go up and go, "Oh yeah, my name's Sex God," and she was like, "Oh, right, okay, whatever."
Yeah.
Or like, is it his girlfriend? Like his girlfriend works there, and he's gone up and she's been like, "Oh, I think
there's definitely some story there."
Yeah, but that's
Did you ever,
really. I spent a good long while sat at the bus stop, just wondering how that came about. It's such a strange thing.
There's I don't know if it was a BuzzFeed article or something stupid like that. But there was like it's kind of like a confessions of barista type fucking theme, where baristas would tell you like what they do to fuck with the customers, and like they'd like purposely misspell the name and shit like that, or like add an extra letter to it and stuff.
I once got one and they wrote Colin on it.
Colin.
Fucking name's Connor. Where did you get Colin from?
I think my favourite one is where someone was like told the barista like, "Oh, my name's Stephen with PH," and they put Steven.
Steven.
How stupid you gotta be, mate.
That's brilliant. Talking about
Steven. I really want the big fucking barista machine that they got.
Yeah.
I really want one of those.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's super cool.
Every time I go to your house, you've got a bigger coffee machine than the last time.
I love coffee. I was talking to David about it, and talking about like the coffee I like, and if it's a proper coffee from an actual bean that's been ground up in front of my face, and I've seen it, I'll have it black with a spoonful of sugar, and that's it. Whereas if it's instant shit coffee, like it's in a jar, it's probably been in the jar for weeks. I'll have milk and sugar with it because there's no way that's going to taste good black. Yeah. And he was all like, "Oh, that's the only coffee I drink. You drink the proper like man coffee, like you're, And I was like, "Yeah, it was fucking my daddy, a daddy G for drinking that coffee, mate." And same for like, I told him I drink whiskey as well, and he was like, "Mate, no way, I don't even like the taste of alcohol." And I was like, "That's why you've got no beard."
That's why you can do that thing.
That scream.
Yeah. When he goes,
so high pitched and.
So we'll be playing a game with him, basically, and if something like he dies in unforeseen circumstances, he'll just go,
So much higher.
yeah.
And cleaner
I
as well.
cannot do it. Like, I have to go through Benjamin Button disease
I have to
to be able to do that.
I can do it, but I have to do warm-ups. I have to warm up to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do it once and it's not right there. I'll do it again. It's a bit,
And then you'll
bit
take
better.
a huge deep breath and
Yeah.
then do it.
Just warm up the chords and then just...
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
But we'll save your ears that torture.
Yeah. I really want to get a sound bite of it and
Just make some music with it.
just do something with it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Ode to David.
So this episode is running quite long.
Is it?
Yeah. So, but we promised something in the last episode, which is why I brought up Rick and Morty, but we digressed. But that's okay, because that's what we want to do. So, our podcast actually has humble beginnings related to Rick and Morty. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Do you remember how you tested the mic out? Yeah.
Yeah, I did a microphone test, and it was also a test to, test the dynamics processing and all that shit that I set up.
Yeah, the effects rack.
Just to see if I could get the mic sounding pretty decent, and cut out all the noise because
Which we can't do, but
because
we'll upgrade soon.
we're in the middle of like a town centre, so
Yeah,
it's really
it's
busy.
difficult.
It's loud.
Police sirens and fucking knobheads in sports cars and
People banging shit outside. People farting.
Fuck you.
So
Do you know what though? The mic actually didn't pick up the fart very well, so it just sounds like I start laughing to myself.
So yeah, the way I tested it was by reading some Rick and Morty fanfiction.
Yeah.
It featured what's his name, Jerry and Sleepy Gary on a boat.
Yeah.
And
Well, they have that flashback, that false flashback in the show of them being on a boat, yeah, it was pretty funny. Like, you were trying not to laugh at it and stuff. I don't know if we'll release it because the audio quality, it was like before we'd mastered. Well, I wouldn't say we've mastered it, but before we got it good enough to become comfortable uploading it online.
Plus, it was pretty awkward just like talking to
Yeah,
by myself.
you're on your own as well.
So,
but my sister goes on Tumblr. Oh, I've already mentioned this. Yeah, my sister goes on Tumblr quite often, and she found a Rick and Morty fanfiction. I haven't read it, but she told me this would be perfect for the podcast. So I probably should have read it actually. I'm just kind of counting on her to be right. I've got 12% battery.
nice.
That's great. Good preparation there. So the message she sent me was, here's some fucked up fan fiction of Rick and Morty for you, beautifully written though. So let's open this. Oh, it's not even that. Oh wait, there's this. Okay, yeah, it's not even that long.
Okay.
Great. So it's called Sweeter Than Candy.
Oh.
It's on a Tumblr called Sinners Prefer Blue. So if you want to check that out. It's a polite 18+ porn blog.
Oh, polite.
My fantasies have become my legacy. C137 cest. Okay, so Sweeter Than Candy. Rick's love for all things sweet wasn't hard for Morty to spot. It was obvious to anybody that cared enough to pay attention when the older man wasn't drowning himself in alcohol. He was indulging, munching on sweet wafer cookies, popping hard candies into his mouth, stopping for milkshakes, indulging his sweet tooth in every way imaginable. And maybe that's why it was so easy for Morty to seduce him.
Wow.
Well, okay, first of all, I've got a few problems with this. Have you ever noticed that Rick have a sweet tooth? I feel like she's made this up for the purposes of her little fanfic here.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a he. I mean, a she. It might be a he. Welcome to, the land of doubles and heads.
It's Tumblr. It's probably some non-binary gendered banana.
True. Okay, so maybe that's why all it took to finally get Rick's attention on him was a bold, syrup-flavoured kiss and the plea for more. Maybe Rick's sweet tooth was the reason that Morty was so successful in what had often felt like an impossible task.
Keep going.
Before that point, he tried his very hardest to please his grandpa. No matter what he had to do, he followed his orders, withstood his anger, bowed under Rick's will, and it never got him the attention he wanted. But now Morty goes about pleasing Rick in entirely different ways. He flutters his lashes and bites his lip. He begs Rick for sex and worships his cock.
Worships his cock. Oh my god.
Oh, gross.
Oh no.
Oh, mate.
What's going on?
He maintains a gag reflex because Rick likes it when he chokes, and he kills aliens without thought because Rick says he looks cute with a gun in his hand and blood on his face. And maybe he's a bit different now. Maybe Rick has changed him. Morty knows he has, because when other boys were masturbating in bed or driving their girlfriends to make out point, Morty was in bed rubbing lotions and creams into his skin. Into Rick's skin or into his skin. My sister said this was beautifully written. It's confusing. He was painting his toenails and musing up his curls and waiting for Rick to portal in and take him to another world without ever leaving the room. Oh, I'm on 5% battery.
Oh, I'm fast.
Yeah, I know. One cream makes his skin soft and another make it smell like bubblegum flavoured cotton candy. His toes are pink and his cheeks are rosy. Rick says he always tastes like candy, that it makes him hungry, that he can never resist when Morty smells like spun sugar and vanilla, and Morty couldn't agree more. He likes being soft to contrast his unnatural cravings. He likes being soft compared to Rick's harsh and biting personality. He likes the look in Rick's depraved gaze when he looks and smells more like a girl than the teenage boy they both know he is. He likes the way Rick's mouth waters. Oh, don't ruin that. No. When he smells the sugar on his skin and the perfume in his hair. Because Rick is the opposite, he smells like copper and the slightest touch of grease. Sometimes he smells like death and greed, and for whatever reason it melts Morty's heart like chocolate above an open flame. Very rarely he smells like sugar and mint. What? Morty honestly enjoys Rick's scent no matter what he smells like, though he has to admit he loves the scent of metal and crystal Calaxian best of all, even if he'd never admit it. There's no actual dialogue in this. Oh, which is good, I suppose. I don't imagine. Morty starts dreaming about sugar. There's a lot of... Is this like candy porn or something? He dreams about entire oceans made of sweet strawberry milk and castles made of rock candy. He dreams about the planets they've been to and the creatures he's killed, but their blood is no longer blood at all. It's chocolate and butterscotch and sweet raspberry filling. He dreams of Candyland. He dreams of Rick's biting fingers against his hips and his grandpa's teeth in his shoulder and kisses that taste like black licorice. But his dreams don't stop reality. They don't prevent his mother from finding out about them. They don't stop the screaming and the yelling. They don't stop Rick from leaving. What the fuck is happening?
Wow, this has got depressing.
Morty's dreams change after that. His life changes after that. He dreams about pools of blood and his family screaming at him. He dreams about having to climb over the bodies of the people he loved just to find Rick. He doesn't care when he breaks Summer's nose. Doesn't even flinch when his mum is attacked behind him by something he can't see. He can't be bothered to turn around when he hears his dad's screams, because by then he's surrounded by Rick and he can't think of anything else. Life is dull, life is sugarless, everything is bitter. Morty runs out of lotions and doesn't buy more. He stops trying to smell sweet. He stops waiting for Rick to come. He remains hopeless and betrayed, eating suckers like they're going out of style, trying to mimic the way it tasted when Rick would lean over in the ship after a long adventure and kiss him until all he could taste against his tongue was caramel and whiskey. Time inches by slowly. Morty can't bring himself to talk to his family. He blames them for his loss. They learn to leave him alone, offering silent support whenever he needs it the most. His mum makes sure he eats. Summer makes sure he does his homework. Summer. And if he doesn't, she does it for him. His dad makes sure he always has fresh towels and clean clothes, but it doesn't fill the hole. It doesn't make him miss Rick any less. It doesn't replace what he's lost. And then one day it doesn't have to. We're nearly there. Rick comes back for him. Okay. He appears in the teen's room in the middle of the night, and when he kisses him, Morty comes alive. Rick's mouth is sweet and bitter and everything he's been desperate for, and he begs. He begs like never before, even though he's still angry and confused, and Rick obliges him. Before they're even close to finished, he's got teeth marks on the insides of his thighs, scratches down his sides, handprints on his waist, and lips so swollen that it hurts to kiss. But Morty doesn't complain. Oh, jeez, Rick. you gotta suck my dick, Morty. He takes it all and thanks Rick for every one, and when he comes apart in Rick's arms, he trembles like never before. He's broken and desperate, and he begs Rick not to leave, but Rick tells him he has to. He can't stay, not anymore. I can't stay anymore, Morty. At first, Morty thinks his world is ending all over again and he can't breathe through the agony that rips through his heart, but Rick has a trick up his sleeve. He always does. He tells Morty to come away with him, to leave Earth behind and be at Rick's side where he belongs, and Morty agrees without a second of hesitation. As he packs, he blissfully says that he dreams he's killed everyone else he loves, but he loves Rick more than anyone else, so it's okay, and Rick suddenly knows this why he couldn't stay anyway. This is why? Not for the sex or the brainwaves or the sugar that seems to stain his grandson's skin more surely than blood or soot, but because it was easy to let himself care for the boy, because unlike anyone else, Morty wouldn't run, no matter what he has shown. If it was part of Rick, then Morty loved it. Morty loved with everything that he was, unconditionally. Rick regrets making his boy wait for so long, but he knows just how to make it up to him. And if Morty turns into a sappy mess when Rick reveals that he bought the boy a candy store all for himself, well then Rick will just have to replace his tears with something far sweeter. That was the end. That was strange. What was this like obsession with candy and sweetness and... This person has some like repressed shit, mate.
It started off fucking gross and then it got depressing. I think it went kind of gross again.
I think this whole Tumblr is just Rick and Morty fanfics. I reckon that shit that I just read is why evil Morty exists.
Because he realised Rick was just using him for his bum. It's fucking...
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Rick fucking Morty and mumbling words in Spanish without realising he's doing it when he's on the brink of orgasm. See also, Rick accidentally talking in alien languages when expressing his love for Morty, and it leaves Morty feeling more confused and turned on than anything. Yes, but consider... Oh my god, this Tumblr that just replied is called Rick and Morty Get Swifty. Don't ruin that. Rick saying I love you or a term of endearment to Morty in a different language every day without telling his grandson what it means, and when Morty asks, Rick just glares at him and ignores his question. Rick tries to teach Morty Spanish. Rick screams the equivalent of fuck in an alien language when he orgasms, and Morty just picks up on the habit. Morty being actually good at learning languages, so he picks up a new language before Rick does. When Rick finds out, he's so impressed that he drags his grandson home to ravish him.
Oh man.
My phone just got thrown, I promise you that. Fuck that.
Oh god. What is wrong with people?
Why can't you just enjoy a thing? Why can't people just enjoy things?
That's not the problem here. The problem is they're enjoying it too much.
Why? Who watches Rick and Morty and goes, oh, this is good, but it would be better if
it would be better if I could see Rick's dick penetrate Morty's mouth.
How many times do you think they've watched the original Rick and Morty cartoon and just fucking fapped off
it? It's just...
Jack and Jill.
There's something wrong with them mentally.
You gotta lick my balls, Marty.
And I feel like there's a lot of money in this, and I should probably study psychology.
Oh my god. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap up the podcast.
The podcast, okay.
Are you pleased with the outcome? Are you pleased with the nightmares you'll be having?
Can we not say come for a while, please?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is about the way that I read that, but every time, just the normal COME, it's just sounded wrong.
Yeah, like the CUM.
Yep, exactly.
That was gross. Thanks for listening.
We really appreciate it. Yeah,
we are not liable for any trauma caused in this episode, so you're on your fucking own.
Yeah, don't go looking for shit like that. Don't want to ruin your favourite shit. Like
Shame on that Tumblr. Shame
on my sister for sending us it. Although honestly, I expected it to be worse. I'm kind of disappointed that it wasn't some like mind blowing.
Once this has settled a bit, it's blown over, we'll find an even worse one.
Yeah, we'll look for fanfics. I'll get my sister on the job and I'll tell her that was too tame.
If we look for it, incognito mode all the way.
Yeah.
I don't want Google or any fucking targeted ads. No, I've got ads enabled, but it defeats my joke.
Yeah.
If I do that. I don't want any targeted ads to be all like, so you like Morty's fucking arsehole rammed with Rick's dick, do you? Like, you like this?
Alright.
Do you remember? Hang on, right.
Oh, fucking hell.
Before we end it, do you remember that image floating around the internet where some guy on Facebook was complaining that he was constantly getting gay ads popping up on the side, and someone was all like, you do know that the ads on websites are targeted towards your browser history and stuff, and he just didn't reply. And with that little anecdote, we'll leave you.
Yeah. Enjoy jilling off to some Rick and Morty fanfic.
Jilling.
Yeah.
Schlick. Gotta get schlicky in here. Alright. That was legitimately, like, fucking awful.
Were you impressed by how fast I could read though?